Peace, infinite waters diving deep once again. How to fall asleep in 300 seconds. 300 seconds? 300 seconds. 299. 298. Do you really think we're gonna count down? Ain't nobody got time for that. Can I get a hello there? Thank you to everyone who is saying Happy Earth Day. It means a lot. But where are the presents? You can't sleep. This is what I constantly receive from emails and whatnot. And I'm going to share with you what helped me along my journey. A former insomniac, okay? So I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to give you the science and the psychology of how to fall asleep in 300 seconds. I've been doing this for a couple of years, and so far, touch wood, it's worked. And it all starts with a very simple premise. How fast you fall asleep is directly linked into whether or not you want to wake up, how excited or not you are in waking up. Are you doing what you love in life? Okay, you're going to Hawaii. Really? Woo! Let's party. Okay, so now you're not afraid of going to sleep because you have something really good waiting for you on the other side. You're going to the local trash dump at 6 a.m. in the morning. Okay, now you really don't want to go to sleep. Why? Because you know what's waiting for you on the other side. So you stay up. I don't blame you. What I found out, which was mind-blowing, was that once you begin to follow your circadian rhythm, which is really what governs our sleep and wake cycles, okay, in such a powerful way, then it becomes easier to fall asleep. So once you are following your biological clock, your natural biorhythm, everything makes sense. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, okay? Back in the day, 2004-ish, I used to produce a lot of music. So guess what time I used to go to bed? 3 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning, okay? Because that's what happens when you're enjoying yourself. Sometimes you lose track of time. But that really can mess up your natural biorhythm, okay? So I found out that at 2 p.m. in the morning, when you should be in deep sleep anyway, your body is producing tons of melatonin. Now, here's what you need to know in terms of sleep. There are only two hormones you need to know about: serotonin and melatonin. And if you have these in abundance, you can fall asleep in 300 seconds or even less. Okay, so serotonin is that feel-good neurotransmitter. Okay, you get it from bananas, walnuts, avocados, okay, cacao. Now, you feel great. It makes you happy, excited. But what about melatonin? Okay, we produce a lot of melatonin when we are in dark spaces. So, okay, that's good. So what was I doing? I said, okay, no more. I'm not going to go to bed at 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm going to go to bed at 10 o'clock and then wake up at 6 o'clock. Okay, I thought, okay, I'm going to be smart with it. But that didn't work either. I was still an insomniac, staying up all night. I couldn't get to sleep. You see, here is where you have to pay attention. Many of us, we are not in our natural biorhythm because when you go to work, for example, 9 to 5, it is daylight hours, okay? But what lights are you coming into contact with? Artificial lighting, fluorescent light bulbs. So serotonin is produced from direct contact with natural, beautiful sunlight. Okay? And the more serotonin we have, the more melatonin can be produced, which keeps us calm and helps regulate our sleeping pattern. Okay? So that's why people who are very depressed, you have very low serotonin levels. Therefore, you have a very low melatonin level. So sleep is all about homeostasis. That's what we're talking of here. So what creates serotonin? Tryptophan. And where is that found? That's an amino acid. Cacao has tons of tryptophan, which produces serotonin, which produces melatonin, helping us to fall asleep. So the diet, once I started to look at my diet, what I was putting into my mouth, then I could just drift off into la la land very fast. Okay? So diet is everything in falling asleep fast. Now, the lighting. Turn off the lights. Let me say it again. Turn off the lights. When I was younger, I used to sleep with the lights on because I was afraid of the dark. Now, if you are afraid of the dark, just pretend I'm in the room with you. Now, okay. The reason why artificial lights, when they're on at night, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, sometimes you leave the TV on, you've got the laptop on, the computer on, the cooker on. All of this messes up our natural biorhythm, but we get overstimulated in our brain. Also, we get a lot of mental stimulation. Now, the secret I've discovered is that you have to clear your mind before you go to bed. And what helps is turning off the lights. Get blacked out curtains. Make the room as dark as possible, because that way, once 2 a.m. in the morning rolls around, you are going to produce heaps of melatonin. Okay? So you're going to wake up feeling more recharged. But especially those blue lights. So what do? I actually sleep in a different room from my computer. And that helps a lot. Also, the room temperature. You've got Dr. Heller from Stanford University talked about how inside our brain, we've got an internal thermostat. Okay? So if we're feeling too hot or too cold, this is gonna disrupt the settings of our internal thermostat. So if you've got too many clothes, take them off. If you're feeling cold, then get another duvet. Okay? You need that right kind of temperature. Now, relaxation is what you are. Stress is what you think you should be. So ever since I started to relax before I started to go to bed, guess what happened? I started to fall asleep really quick. So quick, I couldn't even click. That rhymes. Now, the 3 M's. Music, meditation, massage. Have you got someone giving you a good massage before bed? Because if you do, the power of touch, you are gonna drift into la la land very quickly. Why? Because now you are relaxing your muscles. You're letting go of that tension you've built up during the day. Now, calming music, I listen to 528 hertz. It helps just calm me, soothe me down, prepare me for bed. Meditation also helps, just centering yourself, grounding yourself. What I found really helpful though is just subtle yoga poses. Okay, check out the Harvard study on the benefits of yoga poses just before sleep. You've got the child's pose, balasana, where you put your arms in front of your head and almost like as if you're a baby. Okay? Halasana, plow pose, where you put your feet over your head. Legs up on the wall pose. Savasana, corpse pose, pretend to be dead or asleep. Actually, you are mimicking the sleeping pose, so now it becomes easier to fall asleep. You see, rigorous exercise just before bed, now we are increasing the adrenaline within our body. So this actually makes it harder to go to sleep. So light exercise actually helps us fall asleep because it relaxes us. Okay? What else? Now, many of us, we are dehydrated, and drinking enough water is the big secret to falling asleep, because we are made up of over 70% water. Okay, so every single cell is screaming, give me some water. Are you gonna answer? Because if you don't have enough water in your body, now you have to twist and turn. Okay, because your body is always searching for H2O. If it doesn't need it, no problem, no worries. Also, Viktor E. Frankl wrote a great book called Man's Search for Meaning. Now, he's the father of logotherapy. He talks of paradoxical intention. Okay, when we really want something, what happens? Okay, we've all had that feeling. Sometimes it becomes harder to obtain. Why? Because we have that anticipatory anxiety. Our heart starts beating. So many people suffering from insomnia always say, I want to go to sleep. Okay, that is the demand you make. And guess what? It becomes harder to go to sleep. So what he would say to his clients is that you want to go to sleep, so I am going to keep you awake. Now we see this all throughout our culture in counting sheep, okay? And I've seen that it helps you fall asleep very quickly. And sometimes this can even be expressed in when you are just doing what you love, okay? Sometimes I'm doing what I love that I'm not even interested in falling asleep, that I just doze off, okay? That's how it works. So when you don't want to go to sleep, now you fall asleep, okay? Because that de-reflection, you're taking your focus and you are becoming less anxious in the expectation of yourself to fall asleep, that you just drift off, okay? So really and truly, it is all there. You can fall asleep in under 300 seconds, but it all starts with, here's the big secret, having a lighter heart. Now, a lot of us, we can't sleep because we're holding on to too many things. Sleeping is the ultimate surrender. So if you have any grudges, do you hate someone right now? Love them. Love yourself. Have a light heart, and you find, what I found is that it is so easy just to fall asleep in a jiffy. Why? Because your heart is light, you're free, you're floating, and voila. Let me know how you got on. We are here. Have a wonderful day. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace.